Yes guys, welcome to RGhandhelds once again, and thank you for joining in today. Today we're checking out the uConsole and the expansion board. It's called the RTL-SDR extension board with USB hub and RTC. It's a cool little extension board. This is the actual device here. So we'll take a look at this, show you how to install it, and take a look at a few other things as we go, working GPS and so on, and installing the actual software. So this is my CM4 device. I'm going to do a fresh install on this one. I just want to say a huge thanks to Valir over at hackergadgets.com for sending me out the samples. I have had a prototype for quite a while now, for over a month, testing it. I want to say a huge thanks to Rex as well for all his support and help in getting it set up software wise, and Valir and the community on the forum. So let's check it out guys. I've made it nice and simple. First steps, I've done a fresh clean install of Bookworm. That's what you need, is Rex's Bookworm. I will link everything in the video for you guys, so it's really easy for you. That's the recommended image to use for CM4. So I've gone ahead and took the screws off. Right. So you can see we're inside the device. Now I have a prototype unit in here at the moment. So we're going to take that out and put the newer production one in. So if you just bear with me, I'll get this done. So pretty simple guys. Just go ahead. You can see I've already got stuff in place here, which was the prototype. All we're going to do is swap out the expansion board, because everything else is in place, but I'll give you a few tips and tricks how to set it up, so when you go and actually install it yourself, it's very simple indeed. So the tricky bits are getting these little blighters on. Be very careful with these antenna clips when you push them on. Be very gentle guys. You do not want to force push them. So let me take these antenna strips off. You've also got to remember which way you're putting them in. Just take them three off. Like I say, be very gentle with them. So that is the actual board. That's the prototype board. Now I do want to show you the differences between the prototype board and the retail board. So a lot of you have probably started getting your boards already in the post, and probably quite a few of you waiting for your boards. So this is a prototype. This is the retail version. You look at them very carefully, you can see the differences. You can see two chips there where they're not there. You see that one and that one. Physical differences. There you go. The LoRa board, I think GPS. You got your battery there, RTC battery. Got to be careful not to mix these up as well. So we know this is the new one. Just wanted to show you the quick differences there. So that one can go out the way, and we're going to install this newer one into here. Very easy. You can do it with your eyes closed guys. It's extremely easy. Here's one of the tips again. When you're placing this side panel in, make sure the thinnest part, so you see this part here, the thinnest part is facing the bottom. That's the only way it's gonna fit. So put it into its slots. You'll see the slots there. It's only going to slot in one way, guys. And there you go. Once that's in, that will just slot in. You don't want to force it. It can be a bit tricky, so it may take a couple of tries to get it in. What's better to do is probably get it on at the same time. So there you go, guys. I got it in eventually. The trick is to put this on at the same time whilst pushing this down, and they come together. And just keep your finger down and get some screws in there just to place it down before it pops back up. And just even if you just get the one screw in, you'll be fine. As long as it holds it down. There you go, guys. So we are in place now. That's the new expansion board in place. Now I have 3 of these expansion boards. I have 2 in some CM5s, and this is my CM4 that we're actually doing. This was the last one I needed to upgrade, so I thought it's a perfect opportunity to show you guys. I've already placed the parts onto here. Now it's a matter of plugging these back in, which they can be extremely tricky, guys, like I said already, and you have to make sure you are putting the right ones in the right place, that you don't mix them up. So the way I've done it, guys, if I spin it over, this is the way I've done it. So GPS, I've got LoRa here, I've got Wi-Fi here, and SDR here. So when you put the cables in as well, you got to make sure that the cables you get, you're going to get a few different type of cables, 2 short ones, 2 long ones, guys, and it's pretty simple. Let me just open this up and show you. This is actually a spare I'm gonna have, so, but here's the cables. You get some screws, some longer screws as well. There's your screws. So let me just explain this in simple terms. You want to use the 2 longest cables, which are these, for the parts that are going to be further away, and the 2 shorter cables that are the closest to the board. So you can see what I mean, like these 2 will be the shorter ones, and these 2 will be the longer ones. That's all you got to remember. Fit them in that way, which I've already done here, guys. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just slot these in. It'll take me a while, so I'll be right back whilst I get these slot in, and we'll continue the video. There you go, guys. So you can see they're all slotted in. It didn't take too long. Just be very careful, like I said. Do not put too much pressure on them because they're quite sensitive, and you don't want to damage the terminals on there. So that is the new expansion board in with the side there. This is already the newer version of this one. I did have a prototype one, and one of these actually fell off because they were, I believe they were hot soldered in. They didn't have much solder on them, and they were prototype. These are the new ones, which have a lot more solder on them and are a lot stronger, which I've been told. So that is that, guys. And you can see, before we go ahead and close this up, and I'm going to show you how to set up the software. So the tips, guys, another tip is for the GPS one, which I want to show you. When you're putting the GPS one in, this one, let me try and zoom in for you. You want to put a little notch just right there, just to take the stress off this connector. Let me see if I can, there you go. Can you see that little bend I put in the wire? You want to put a bend like that, just to take that stress off that, because that's how it's gonna go. They all, can you see, they're all like in an angle. That's how to have them all in an angle like that. But you'll find the GPS one is a bit of a stretch, so you have to put that notch in there. That's another tip for you guys. Please make a note of that. So you can see my CM4 is in there, guys, and I do have a spacer. I don't know if I can show you guys. It looks like a sandwich. Can you see the spacer in the middle? That's a wave share spacer. It fits on top of the main board, and then the CM4 fits on top of there. It works on the CM5 as well. So what that does is helps with cooling, because it will lift up the board, and then when you put the back plate on, it will touch the back plate, you know. And I use a very thin thermal pad here. You can see there, extremely thin thermal pad, which touches the back, and I do have no gap at all, and my temperatures are good. This I found on the forum, so you know, I was advised to do and try it, so I did try it, and it worked out pretty well for me. My temps staying around 40s to 50s on high usage. Right, guys, so what I'm going to do is start getting this back together, and I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do is just simply put the back cover back on. I've explained to you guys, so the way, I'll just say it once more, the way I've done mine. Wi-Fi, sorry, let me get this in. Wi-Fi, sorry, SDR, that's your radio, Wi-Fi, LoRa, and GPS. So when you spin it round, it's the other way around. So just, it can be a bit confusing when you actually put the wires on. You're thinking, oh, hold on, which one have I? Just mark them down, or, but remember what I've said. The other tip is the two shorter ones. These are the two shorter ones, two shorter wires, and then these are the two longer wires. One goes to Wi-Fi, and yeah, so that's the SDR. From that side, that'll be SDR, that'll be Wi-Fi, that'll be LoRa, and that'll be GPS. So GPS is a short wire, LoRa is a short wire. As you can see, they only need to travel from there, and the longer wires is Wi-Fi. It's got to travel all the way to there, you see. And you got your last one, which is SDR. So it's got to come all the way from there to there, round there, and into there. That's why you need the two longer ones here and the two shorter ones there, guys. Just remember that. That's how you do it. Otherwise you'll really struggle to fit the cables in. Okay, so I'm going to get this closed up, guys. I'll get it closed up and I'll be back. So guys, when putting this piece on, it goes on the top. Don't get confused that it goes in between the shell and here. It doesn't. And like I said before, you need the longer screws in here. These screws are longer, as you can see, just a little bit longer. So what I do is just screw these in first, just to get a little start. So give me a few minutes, guys. I'll get this all locked up, and then we'll go to the software side of things. Okay. So guys, just screwed everything back up. It's all back together now. Another tip is, do not over tighten these screws really hard. Just tighten them, you know, that you have enough. You can see there's no gap there. Now I have no gap. I'm using that spacer board, the Waveshare spacer board as well, and it makes perfect contact to the back plate. And I'll put this heat sink on there just to absorb some of that heat as well, and it really does keep my temps down. So that's another mod for you guys, if you want to go that way, and do that little mod. So I've gone ahead and fired this up. I'm going to put some antennas on here, guys, just so we can pick a few things up, start getting it together. Just bear with me. So guys, we're ready to go on to the next step. You can see I've gone ahead and put a couple of antennas on here. Let me just try and zoom out for you guys, just so you can see. There you go. So you can see the antennas I've gone ahead and put on. A Wi-Fi one and a LoRa one just there to pick up LoRa and to set it up. We have the GPS one. I'll put the link in for this one. This is the one recommended. Don't know if you can see the model number there. Let's do a little zoom in so you can see. That's the one you want, guys, and it works really well. That's the one recommended by HackerGadgets for the process. So guys, the next step, what we need to do, let's see if we could just zoom in a bit so you could see what's going on. What we need to do is go to Rex's HackerGadgets IO board package on the forum. I will link this, and he's put a little script here. All you've got to do is copy that script directly from the page. Make sure you get everything up to AI board. There you go, and just copy that. So it says to install the package in Debian Bookworm, copy this. So I'm just going to minimize that and open a terminal and simply paste it in there, guys, and hit enter. There you go. Now it's going to do its thing. It will take a while, so it's installing all the packages, libraries, whatever Rex is put into the apps repository to install on the system. It's a real hot day here, guys. I think we're reaching about 27, 28 degrees today. I'm running at 34 degrees with that setup at the moment. I'm really impressed with it, guys. That's not too bad. So I'll be back once this is complete, and we'll move on to the next step, guys. So guys, you can see it's gone ahead and installed all the packages here. It stopped. Let's go ahead and see what it's installed. They should be under accessories. So you can see there you got Meshtastic, web, and the app version. So I'll make a desktop shortcut. That's what I do, and just put them on the desktop. It's pretty simple. That's the GPS client, so do the same with that. PS client it's called. You also want to do, so you got SDR Brown now, which I know Rex has replaced it. So TAR 1090, that's the one for checking out your aircraft, so get that on there as well, guys. And last but not least, the SDR Plus Brown. So you have all the apps there you need. Meshtastic, the GPS client, TAR 1090 for your aircraft viewing, and SDR for your radio, ham radio, and so on. So let's go ahead and exit this. And then what we'll do, we'll check out the radio app first. So for the radio app, guys, you're gonna need a SDR antenna. I've got a few. These are my SDR ones. So you could use any one, to be honest. They all do different ranges. I like this nice small portable one if you want to go portable. This one's really good for picking up signal. And then you got the longer one. These are the Ant ones that you can get, the two different ones. They have specific model numbers, I forget them, but there's only two versions, and they have different wavelengths. So that one's a bit wobbly, I'm not sure why. But we'll go ahead and use the original one. I'm just going to slap that on there, guys. And when you're putting these antennas on, you got to be gentle with them as well, guys. You don't want to force tighten them too much. Just a little, you know. I'll put that up a little bit. And then just bend it up. We'll make sure the volume is at a decent level, or full if you want. So SDR, guys, SDR is pretty simple to set up once you got the scripts installed. As soon as you've done that, fire up SDR. And you'll come to this screen. Now let me see if I can zoom in for you guys, because you got to make note of these settings. Okay, I think that should be good. So what you want to do, hopefully we'll listen to some radio. So the source, you can go there, AirSpy, where it says AirSpy, click on that, and you want to go and find, scroll down, RTL-SDR. Make sure you're on that setting, guys. That's extremely important. 2.4 megahertz is about right. The gain, I always set the gain to around about 30, 34, 36, whatever. Remember, it'll drain more battery, guys, as well. If you got, I haven't really messed around with any of the other settings. That's more like if you want to get into, you know, a bit more. But we should aim to fire up now, guys. So you need to go to this play button here on the top. There you go. So if you click into here, there you go, guys. Picking up UK radio. Just put the volume down a bit. Actually, instead of pulling it down from there, you can do it from here, guys. Just another tip here. If you right click on the edge here, you can widen the space area like this. see it's clearer now. If I widen the wavelength space, and it will be clearer. And then just tune it back up. So that is the radio, guys. Very simple to get your radio working. And you've got so many options that you can try. I think it's pretty cool. You know, that you can actually do this. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Let's stop the radio there. I'm going to be right back, and we're going to go on to the next one. So guys, the next one, let's try the 1090, TAR 1090. So that is to pick up plane spotting, if you like to do some plane spotting. Before I put this antenna on, let me explain the antenna. So this is a 1090 antenna, a Pacific antenna to pick up airplanes signal for decoding. You can order this online. I can put the link in the video. I highly recommend this antenna, guys. Otherwise, you can pick them up with the regular SDR one I use for radio, but you won't pick as many as you can with this thing. And I do recommend outside. I'm indoors, so please bear in mind I'm indoors as well. I'll try and point this antenna up like that. So let's zoom in once again for the TAR 1090. This should just fire up on a local host. That's the way Rex has set everything up. Okay, we're having a little problem. I'll be right back and try and get this going. Oh, it's trying to do something. I'll be back, guys. Let me just see what the issue is. So guys, you can see we're back. There was just a little issue with my Wi-Fi, that's all. There was no other issue. So you can see I've got Wi-Fi back up. You can see it's picked up a couple of planes at the moment, the 2 planes. Just a quick overview how to use this. My main settings, I'll switch on this one, which toggles on the aircraft plate and the altitude and information. You can see here it's picked up the planes, so it's picked up 4. It's got all the information there. I think it's pretty cool. You could zoom in a bit closer here and zoom out also. Now if you want to know about a certain plane, if you click on that, hover over it, it'll give you the information. Now if you click on it, look at that, guys, it gives you a picture of the actual plane and the whole information about the plane, altitude and so on. Everything is literally there. I really do like this software. I think it's great if you want to do a bit of plane spotting. You can see it's picking up more and more aircrafts. If you click on another one, there you go. It does military aircraft as well, so there you go. You can see the way it's picking up different aircrafts. The main 2 I use are these 2. I'll switch these 2 on, and then you can even go ahead and hide this panel and have a full-on view. I think it's great. So that is it, guys. That is your 1090 TAR for plane spotting. I think it's amazing. So let's move on to the next thing, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so next up would be the GPS. So for that one, we're going to use this Pi GPS client. What you do is simply fire it up. You can see I've gone ahead and put the GPS antenna on. Just put it on, not too over tightened, and go ahead and fire up this app. Now it'll come out slightly off-centered, offline. I'm not sure how I could get the app to remember to fire up as in this position. I wish I could. So simply from here, guys, I'm going to show you how to set it up. Now the CM4 and the CM5 use a different port, so you got to remember which port to use for the CM4 and the CM5. Now I believe it's this one for the CM4, and when you're on CM5 you'll have a different one. So you'll click this one, and all you need to do is click USB ART over here. See that, guys? If you click that, it'll fire up and hopefully it'll bring up some details. And once it gets a lock, maybe I've done it wrong on this one. Like I say, I'm not too sure which one we're using for this one. So if we stop that and click this one and start it on that one, I think we may need to stop it first and then restart it. Okay, so we're not picking anything up. I know my CM5 don't have an issue. Let's try it on here again. So it's saying here, error 13 could not open port, error 13 permission denied, dev TTY50. So I know I couldn't get it to work on CM4 before, but Rex did tell me that he had fixed it, which I downloaded the new bookworm image, clean install, and just trying this fresh install again. So I seem to be having some issue. So what we'll do, we'll just demonstrate it on the CM5 for GPS, guys. I'll be right back. So guys, we're back on the CM5. Just want to demonstrate the GPS. I know it's definitely working on the CM5. I'll have to look into and speak to Rex about my issue on the CM4. I'm sure it's somewhat pretty simple. So there you go, GPS client, and then just line it up, and then I believe on this one it's the second one down. You click that one and then UART. Hopefully we'll pick up something. There you go, guys, look at that. So you can see it's gone ahead and found quite a few satellites already. There are your satellites, and you can see here it's showing you the actual satellites. There's the satellite data, and that's your location. Obviously mine is United Kingdom. You'll pinpoint where you are. That's just to show you it does work, guys, and it should work for the CM4. I'm pretty surprised it never worked for me. I'm pretty sure it's somewhat simple. I know Rex was saying it was something to do with root access, but he said he did fix it, so I'm not sure why it's not working for me on the new image. Like I said, I'll look into that and speak to Rex. But there you go, guys, that is GPS. So I believe that's the third one. So the next one would be Meshtastic. We can go ahead and just do a quick setup on that and show you guys how that works. So guys, I'll have to show you mesh on the CM5, because I also had that issue on the CM4 where it wouldn't load up, and it's doing the same thing. So let's drop back to the CM5 for Meshtastic. So on official setup, you first need to go to the web, Meshtastic web first, guys. Don't go to the other one, the app. You need to use the web. If you get this, just click on proceed and so on. So you'll get, and what you need to do is click on new connection. I've already set mine up, so I don't want to do it again. You need new connection, and once you do that, you'll just need to select your band for your country. whatever country you're in, guys. You select your band. If you go online, there's some good instructions on how to set it up. It's pretty simple indeed to set up. So don't make the mistake of going to the app first. So I'm loading up the app now, which is this one, and this is the app that you'll get, and you can see you're presented with this little interface that you can move around. You can move it around wherever you want. A Meshtastic is basically using LoRa. This is the LoRa antenna. Let me see if I can show you the antenna if I got one lying around, or I'll just show you on this one. So basically that's your LoRa antenna, which I have on there. And then what you do, you pick up the nodes. So if someone's in the vicinity, you will pick them up via the nodes here, and you can see I picked one up. I sent a message to myself. You can see here it gives you all the information there, and there's many settings to set up. The main setup is down the bottom. Just make sure you have everything set. Like I'm in UK, so I've set it to EU 868. Long and fast, and just a short name I've set there, and that's all you really need, guys. There's a couple of 1 or 2 settings that you need to set up in that web UI first that I've told you. Make sure you do that first, and then once you do that, you can go ahead and go to the app and then try and find some nodes here, and you can see there it's telling you the signal and all different settings, sound, location. You can use this to use maps. I haven't installed any maps, but I know Rex has uploaded some maps that you guys can download and get that to show actual maps. So that is Meshtastic, guys. You can send messages to other people that have mesh installed on any device in your area. It uses, I believe, 915 megahertz antenna, but you can also use a 433, I think. The expansion board does, I believe Valia did say it does support 433 as well, but it won't be so good as 915. So you can experiment with that, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video, guys. I have tried my best to, you know, show you everything and cover everything of all the apps that are going to get installed once you install the Rex's little script. It will get all the apps in there, the different antennas you need, guys, the way, all the little different tips I've told you to avoid and whatnot, you know, just to get you going. I have got a CM4 here, like I did show you guys. Try to set it up on a CM4 first, but this is my CM5. This is a 16 gig version. I was hoping everything was resolved on the CM4, which obviously I'm gonna have to speak to Rex. I'll probably message him up right now and ask him, see if I can get this one going as well. And just quickly want to look at the temps. You can see the temps here on the CM4 we got 36, on the CM5 we got 49, and these both have the spacer in them, guys. The wave share spacer that, and the heat sinks on the back. So the CM5 does run a little bit warmer than the CM4, obviously, we all know that. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button if you really like the video. Hit that subscribe button, and yeah, we'll see you soon, guys. That is the expansion board from hackergadgets.com. I will link everything in the video as much as I can to all the links and everything, to the image, and to where you can buy the expansion board and so on, and just describe as much information as I can for you guys. Just before you go, I don't know if I can actually fit third one in. Let's see if I can. We have a third uConsole here, which I use. Let me just get it set up. There you go. That's the third one that I use. They all have expansion boards, retail expansion boards in now. All three of them. And they all have the wave share spacers for the heat issue, and I have antennas on them all. You can see the way I've set them up. I have ordered the flip screen with the SD card holders in. I really wanted to show you guys that, but at the moment I'm just using these cool little 3D printed covers, which simply go over like that. I mean, it'll do for now. Those are just some of the things you guys can, print out, but I've actually got the flip up one with the SD card holder. I should have them in the post soon. Like I said, I did want to show you guys, but they didn't arrive in time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps. Guys, if you have any issues, any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the YouTube chat. I will certainly most help you out as much as I can. Any questions, please do not hesitate. Thank you very much to all. Huge thanks to Rex. You're the man. He makes all the images for us, keeps them all updated. Any issues, he's on it. He's great support when you need to know something that you're not sure. He will reply to you pretty sharpish on the forum. Valir for helping me out and providing me with the boards. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry this video was a bit late, but I was so busy. I had so many things and I really wanted to get everything set up, all three devices set up before I actually done the video. So thank you very much, guys. We will see you soon.